Happy St. Patty's Day. It's Miss Mazinga here for Storytime. I wanted to show you this leprechaun trap that my daughter made. You see she has this rope. He climbs up, comes over here, and when he's reaching for this gold up here or over here, he falls through a little hole that she made that you can't really see, and then he'll be trapped inside. And then she'll find his gold, because that's what the leprechaun has to do. He has to share his gold. So today we're going to read a story about Clever Tom and the Leprechaun for St. Patrick's Day. It's written and illustrated by Linda Shute. And this is one of my favorite stories. Again, the title is Clever Tom and the Leprechaun. There's the leprechaun, and he's looking at something. I wonder what he's looking at. One more time. This is our title, Clever Tom and the Leprechaun. One fine day on Lady Day in harvest, Tom Fitzpatrick took a ramble down the lane. Click, clack, he heard through the hedges. So Tom tiptoed closer to take a look. The clacking sound stopped when Tom peeked through the bushes. And in the shadow, what did he see? Why, a big gallon pitcher and a teeny tiny man with a brown leather apron and a three-cornered hat. Up the small man climbed on his wee wooden stool and dipped his little piggin into the crock. And then he settled down with his full mug beside him to hammer on the heel of his fairy-sized shoe. By the powers, thought Tom, it's a leprechaun. If I catch him and I scare him, he'll have to give me his gold. And since I'm a clever fella, that shouldn't be simple. Before the sun sets, I've made me fortune. Tom stared at the leprechaun and tried not to blink. He knew that if he looked away, the old man would escape. Then he crept up quite near and tipped his hat politely, saying, "Oh, good day to your neighbor. Blessings on your work." "Ah, thank you kindly," said the small one. But he never looked up. He just kept on tapping at the heel piece of his brogue, which is his shoe. Tom moved his hand closer while he smiled very sweetly and said, "Today's a holiday. You shouldn't be working." The leprechaun frowned and answered Tom sharply, "If I do, it's my business and none of yours. Instead of pestering me, you young man, you ought to be watching your father's fields. Look there. The cows have broken into the oats. See? They're knocking the corn about." "Oh, the cows are in the cornfield?" Tom's head started turning. But he wasn't fooled by the leprechaun's trick. Quickly, he grabbed the sly feather and cried, "Now, you're me prisoner. Tell me where my gold is." The leprechaun wiggled and twisted and whined, "Oh, no, I'm just a poor man." But Tom held fast. "You and I both know you're lying," said Tom, and he made a fierce, frightening face. Finally, the leprechaun quit squirming and said, "Oh, Tom Fitzpatrick, you're too clever for me. I see you're after me buried treasure. So I had to show you where I hid it." With one eye on the wee bitty man locked in his fist, Tom followed where the leprechaun led him. He traipsed over a hill and under some hedges and through a ditch and across the peat bog. And at last, just when Tom feared he had been hoodwinked, which means tricked, he found himself in a great field of weeds. "Dig there," the leprechaun said, pointing to a bush. "Deep under that bullion is where I put me gold." "Nation," said Tom. "I need to fetch me spade," which is a shovel. "But when I return, I've lost it. There are 40 acres of bullions here, and each plant looks just like the other." What is he going to do? Still watching the leprechaun, Tom figured out a plan, and he tied one of his bright red garters to the bush. "Swear, you old rascal, swear you won't take this off while I'm back to get me spade." "Ah, that I will promise you," the little man said. Tom grinned, knowing the leprechauns always had to keep their word. "Now, since I've shown you where my gold is, where my treasure is, I don't suppose you'll need me anymore." "No," said Tom. "Me fortune's made. You may go, and good luck go with you." "Ah, goodbye, Tom Fitzpatrick," said the leprechaun. May you do much good with what you find." Away Tom ran as fast as he could. figuring out how he was going to spend the gold. And then back he came with his shovel in his hand, back to the field of bullions. But when he got there, oh, lo and behold, a red garter was tied to each of every bush as far as he could see. And you can see all of them tied with the red string. So did the leprechaun keep his word? He sure did. He didn't switch the one. He gave them all a red string. Tom dug under the bullion where he thought he had tied his garter, but nothing was buried under that bush. So he dug under another, and he dug to the east, and he dug to the west, and still found no treasure. The harvest moon rose, and he dug to the north, and set as he dug to the southward. When the sun came up, Tom saw he had dug 100 holes, and tired Tom Fitzpatrick knew he couldn't find that gold. So he gave up and headed for home. Look at all the digging he had done. He must be so tired. From then on, Tom always carried his spade or shovel, and he never stopped listening for the tapping in the field. And every chance he got, he'd tell how he nearly found the gold. And since I'm a clever fella, Tom would say, ending his tale, the next time I catch that leprechaun, my fortune will be made. And look at how old he is now. I wonder if he'll ever make his fortune. Well, I hope you make your fortune on this St. Patrick's Day. Have a great day.